gonna taste the missile too, you know?
Yep.
Just because you're a confusion of face, that don't mean that you're exempt from the judgment of the Lord.
Yeah. The brother said, I've been thinking
That was a demon. That dude was he had the appearance of an Edomite, but he's also in the spirit of an Edomite, even though his line might go back to a Jake, you know?
Yep. And what's funny, that Beantown Boston shirt, it's a lot of white-looking Jakes out there, man.
Yeah.
A lot of Irish and Italians and all that. A lot of them out there. With the real Jake spirit. And you can tell by the way he shook your hand, it was real.
Yeah.
We're shaking him. We ain't doing this on Edomite shit.
Esau, he want to do this, but he like, you know,
like a brother man,
like a Jake, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how you know. But that's being spiritual, you know.
Yep. Who has something else?
Must we shake whose hand we want to shake.
Revelation 19. Yeah, a lot of these people that come up, they try to disrupt the spirit, you know. We could be going into different topics and stuff like that, and then we stop and we address them, and then we forget completely on what scripture we left off or what topic, you know, we was talking about, you know. But hey, it's all, the spirit keeps everything in check though. We keep rolling with the spirit, man. They don't stop the show.
And Satan to the missiles will get your ass, man.
Psalms 120.
Bottom line.
Oh yeah. Psalms 120 and 7. You know, because we was talking about how even though we out here, we're peaceful, but the words that we speaking of are war, because we're prophesying of war, and that's basically the Lord is coming for war. You know, and a lot of these people out here, while they playing games, they think they know who the Lord is. They really don't know the Lord. But they're gonna know the Lord when they begin to witness His judgment. Okay, as it was at Psalms 9 and 16. Give me that real quick. This is how you really know the Lord, man. This is how you know Al-Ashadiyah is a terrible power, man.
Right.
Get that for me?
This is Psalms chapter 9, verse 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes.
And the Lord is known by the judgment which he executes, man. And then it says, I don't know if it's in Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken, or Zephaniah, where it says that he brings judgment. He bringeth forth his judgment to light every morning. Every morning do we bring his judgment to light. Every time you wake up in the morning, you see in the news somebody that got
something else happened.
Something bad happened, man.
Yep.
You know, whether you wake up to another building being on fire and a lot of people didn't make it out the building.
Dubai, that was on fire.
That just happened in Dubai. That was the Lord, man.
And that was the Torch Tower.
Right.
On fire. Torch Tower is the name of that building.
Torch Tower, hey.
Yeah.
That's spiritual. That was an omen in itself.
Yeah, they talk.
You know? You wake up to judgment every day, man. That's the Lord's doing. You know? You hear about the judgment of the nappy head Negro woman. You know, you hear about judgment happening with her ass. You know, her ex-husband came and put a slug in her head. You know, because he got tired of the bullshit. You know? You hear about a bomb being dropped on the country. That's all judgment, man. That's how the Lord is known. Okay? And then when the Lord brings them plagues that he had on Egypt back then, when you start seeing those plagues here in Babylon, in the U.S., that's how you really gonna know. You're gonna know that the Lord is a man of war, man. All right?
The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hagayan Selah.
That's it. That's it, man.
Repeat that script. Not you. We're talking about
Which one?
I think it's just Zephaniah. Which one is it? How did it go?
The Lord do bring a judgment to light.
The Lord do bring judgment to light. Go ahead.
Overcome next, cigarette and ice cream.
Yeah, give me
I seen that shit.
Zephaniah 3. That's what
Zephaniah 3. Yep.
I got it.
You can get it. And somebody give me Amos, I believe, the 3rd chapter, 3 and 6.
Zephaniah chapter 3.
And then Job 19 and 29.
It was called, and this Bible says, the Lord's justice is what it says, right?
Hey, go ahead.
It said, Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It says, the just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity.
Yep.
Every morning do he bring his judgment to light.
Every morning do he bring his judgment or his justice to light.
Then he say when a man is asleep, he sealeth in instruction.
Instruction. Yeah.
So by the time he sleep again, the judgment of that last day that went forth. You know? It says, he faileth
Hey,
not.
hold on. Recently, a dude that used to be down with GMS St. Louis, I mean not St. Louis, Dallas, and formerly of Louisiana. Hey, the brother woke up and found that judgment came to pass on a nigga that fell out and was scoffing. Okay? So yes, the Lord does bring to light judgment. Every day he do it. Okay? The Lord brought the sword on that nigga. He died by the sword. And the sword is a form of judgment. Read that again and then you get that in Job 19 and 29.
Zephaniah 3 and 5, it says, the just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning do he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame.
Yeah, but the unjust knoweth no shame. That's why it says in what was that? Ecclesiastes, because the sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore it's in the hearts of them to do evil, to continue to be a fucking reprobate, because they don't see the judgment going. But usually when judgment do go out, that's usually the time when people come to their senses. You know, that's when they realize, hey, shit ain't the game. You know.
But now it's gonna be too late. By the time you realize that, your judgment gonna be at hand. Your judgment gonna be at your front door.
Straight up, man.
Let me read a little more. Just like 2 more verses. Verse 6, it says, I have cut off the nations, their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passes by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabited. I said, surely thou wilt fear me. Thou wilt receive instruction, so their dwelling should not be cut off. The elect are the ones that got that regardless, whether you like it or not. It says, howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. That someone would not hear the law of the Lord, man. No matter what. But the elect heard it, whether they wanted to or not.
The elect heard it. Put it in the spirit.
Yep.
Go, give me that in Job 19,
This Job 19 and 20.
29.
Kind of 29.
The point I read that for was just so you know that the Most High sends forth His judgment, man. It could be something so small as killing one person, or something as big as destroying nations and cities. He's gonna do both coming up real soon.
Oh, he's doing it around the world. It just ain't really been on a full upscale here in Babylon. The Lord's saving the best for last, man.
Right.
You know? You get that for me?
This Job 19 and 29. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment.
And the Lord is known by the judgment that he executes. It's like when a faggot gets burnt up or gets shot or whatever,
Syphilis
or he catch syphilis,
AIDS.
he understands within his mind that he's being plagued for what he's done in the flesh.
Right.
That's the judgment of the sword, man. That's the judgment of the Lord on a faggot.
Yep.
Okay? Or when a gang member, when he done killed so many niggas, and it finally comes back on his ass. You know, some niggas finally get him. He's gonna know that, hey man, yeah, it's caught up with me. Now it's my time, you know, for them niggas to get me back. You know, and what do you call that? That's justice. You know, that's justice, man. Judgment. You gotta the blood that you shed, your blood gotta be shed.
Balance. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yeah.
Life for life, stripe for stripe.
Yeah, man. So our people really don't know the Lord, man. They think they know him.
They
Okay?
don't want to know the Lord.
He's a man of war. He's a man of vengeance. Okay? He's a jealous power. He's a man of balance. He's all powerful, man. They don't know the Lord, man. He's coming for war, man. Bloodshed. And all the hell, hey, when you hear about just like they had you believe that it's a particular group of people that's responsible for all those different terrorist attacks that's happening throughout the world. Nah, man. It's the king of terrors that's bringing what you see happening in the world, man.
Right.
Well, there's some bad people in the world, but there's some good people.
Well, the Lord uses people to do his bidding.
Right.
No, the Lord is behind all that, man.
Yeah.
Didn't he say Esau was the whipping stick of Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit of the world, really, but
Correct.
this was particular.
Yeah, man. Your judgment happens every day, man. You know? What did I call for?
I had Amos
give
3
me
and
that.
6. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Yeah, if it should there be an evil in a city and the Lord have not done it? That's the Lord, man, getting down. When there's a powerful tsunami or a deadly earthquake, a landslide that had killed hundreds of people, you know, a burning building that had killed off hundreds of people, man.
The Lord did that.
The Lord did that. 9/11, the Lord did that.
Come.
Okay? The Lord did that.
That's right.
The Lord did that. All right? Bunch of fucking.
What's funny is they think they smart because they know the low level.
Them bitches saying
They
no,
know the
Bush
carnal
did it.
level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking white woman, she don't know
no,
nothing.
man. Hey, the white woman is like the dumbest woman on the
She's
planet.
the dumbest.
They say call them the basis of men.
Yeah,
That's
but-
Esau.
And you're a woman. And you're anybody and a woman. You don't know shit.
They dumb
There
as
have
hell.
been wool literally pulled over your eyes forever. That lady didn't know what the word ethnicity meant. Like I said, but they'll be the ones that get the job. You know? And they'll, never mind, I won't go far.
Yeah, man.
I got a quick one.
Yeah, man. Hey, get that scripture where it says there be spirits created for vengeance.
Right.
So rock the 39th chapter. Yeah.
1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He
Yep.
bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Hey, that's why if you hear of, you know, the latest celebrity dropping dead of whatever the case may be, the Lord killed that man. Okay? Somebody died of a heart attack. You know, their heart gave out on them. That was the Lord that did that, man.
Even if there was somebody hopped in a car and plowed through a crowd of people, they plowed through a crowd of people, that still was the Most High that did that.
Yeah.
He wanted to go down that way.
It's Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Yeah, that's them spirits, them angels, them death angels, man. The Lord creates them to go down and basically just do assignments for y'all for the Most High.
Yeah.
I want him dead. Kill him the way I tell you to.
Yep.
And that angel go down there and he do exactly the way he said it. I want this man to walk into a gas station and then immediately I want a fucking tow truck to just bust up in there and run his ass down. You know?
The angels are small, is carrying out the small assignments. The angels can't wait to get busy on this plate, holding back the four winds. That's just judgment here and there and here. It's just gonna be judgment on a mass scale.
Hell
One
yeah.
angel can destroy this whole place.
Hell yeah. And it's, we said one angel, and it's many angels that's gonna destroy this place, man. Because the angels, basically, when Yahweh Shai created this place, they wanted to destroy it.
And you hear about a club being aired out, shot up, bodies dropped.
We're not talking about that club post,
Yeah.
false ass shit. We
False
talking about
flag.
real.
Like in
niggas
Taiwan.
fight- yeah, niggas in the
When
club
they caught on
fighting.
fire.
When they caught on fire.
Yeah, right.
All them
At
fags
the
there.
water- At the water park.
Come
Yeah.
at the water. What?
Yeah.
Hey, faggots burn up at the water park.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn. Jump in the water, dummy.
Yeah, right? Hey, that's the Lord, man.
He turned the water to fire.
Yeah. That's the Lord.
Word.
And 9/11 was horrible because you had, the Lord was like, hey, pick one. Jump from 108 feet, 108, no, so like
108
jump from the
stories.
108th floor, or just burn up in the building. Which one you want?
Or stay in the building and quality of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the building going down.
Like that ride at,
Yeah.
at Disneyland.
That's horrible, man. That's terrible. That's terror, man.
Bad choice, man.
That's why he's known as the king of terrors, man. Hey, when David Koresh, that compound, they made it to where anybody that was running out was getting smoked on sight,
Branch Davidian,
Or staying and burn.
or just stay in and get cooked.
Waco,
You know?
Waco.
Hey, that's all the Lord, man. That's the spirit of the Lord's vengeance, man. You know? Keep going.
which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Read that again.
There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of
And
destruction,
sore strokes are the way you die, man. The hurtful, painful ways that you die. Those are those sore strokes. Hey, the strokes are so sore, it don't only hurt the person that gets killed, it hurts the family.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell
They,
yeah.
the family of the loved ones feel it. You know? Go ahead, bro.
in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Basically, it pleased the Lord.
Yep.
You know, basically for judgment to be executed. It pleases the Lord, man. He's getting justice. Basically, you ain't escaping from judgment when you're doing wickedly, man. The Lord will not, he will in no wise let thee go.
Right.
All right. That's why the scriptures say, putting out off day to day concerning the Lord, man. You better return to the Lord right now. You know, but our people are reprobates, man. They're void of judgment. You know, and then these Edomites, they so proud because they think that they never gonna go down. That's why they go around doing the shit that they do. That's why they go around doing what they're doing, because they think the Lord is with them. Because they believe, well, shit, if the Lord isn't, if he's not with us, then we should have been went down. You know? We should have been taken out for all the evil we had done on the planet, but we still prospering. We still over everybody. You know? And that's why it says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, man. But you forgetting, yeah, your pride is deceiving you.
That's right.
Because one day you're gonna have that, it's gonna be a day when the Lord finally gets that vengeance. When he's gonna finally judge you, devil, man. You know? He said it's gonna be, he said great misery shall be done. You already got it. Go in and get it.
Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah, them great miseries is those strange calamities, man. You getting them final destination style deaths.
Sore strokes.
Okay, them sore strokes from the spirit of vengeance.
Right.
Okay, the spirits of the Lord's vengeance, man. It's gonna be given to you that walk in great pride. And usually, when a person gets judged by the Lord gets you at a moment when you at the height of your pride.
Least expected.
When you're the most proud, and the least you expect is for you to fall, or to get judged. You know, for some type of harm to come your way.
And that lady did not expect to get judged in Las Vegas.
No.
She thought she was gonna come here, nobody gonna know what I'm doing, my man is whatever. We called you out at every level. And the first man was to ever see this video, he gotta divorce that bitch.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever,
Great
and their
pride.
dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
And that's what gives this devil the pride that he has, man. He think that he'll never fall. You know, so that's why he looks down on us. You know, he wants to impose his plantation Christianity over us.
Not only Esau looked down on us, he got the other nations looking down on us like we ain't shit.
That waterhead ass Filipino.
Yeah, so you know,
Looking crazy. Waterhead.
I got this Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Hey, go ahead and read that part.
Therefore the heart of the Son of Men is fully set on them to do evil.
Hey, people upon the earth, man, and that's the level I'm using for right now. Hey, this devil is prideful because he don't think, hey, I've been doing all this wickedness. We've been doing wickedness for over 400, 500, 600 years now. However long he's been doing it. We've been doing it all this time and nothing's happened to us. Now what? So they think they can't go down. They got great pride, but you don't know when you get that, what was the word we looked up?
Pharaoh.
No, not, I mean at the house. We looked up the word. Grace period.
Grace period.
When you got that grace period, that's not for you to build up more pride thinking nothing can touch me. That's to give you an occasion to realize that you've gone off and to repent from it and rectify and make things right. But this devil has so much pride, he don't think. Watch what the next verse says.
Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be
We're gonna use that as the
prolonged,
wicked. We're gonna say that as the wicked continues doing his evil works of wickedness. Go ahead.
and his days be prolonged, yet surely.
And his days be prolonged. We've been doing gay shit for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Killing Negroes and Hispanics and natives, we've been doing that for hundreds of years. We've been doing all this. We've been doing this. Why is it something now? We've been doing this. Go ahead, bro.
Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked.
But it will not be well with the wicked. There's a day coming, he just wants to judge you. He's letting you build up all your bad, all your evil. So when he does judge you, he comes down with his true power and true harshness. And his indignation. That goes for you Jakes, that goes for you other nations. And definitely for the so-called white man Esau, Edom in the Bible.
That's right.
Finish it up and we can go to wherever the brother is.
But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not the Most High Yahweh.
Yep. They don't fear. They don't think that they're going to get paid back. They don't think there's a higher power. Hey, that's why these devils are always quick to throw the devil or the power of the devil just as big as God, or with the power of God just as low as him, man upon the earth. That's what they do.
I got something real quick. Going with that is 2nd Ezra 8:50.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, read that. If you still got it,
I got it.
Read that again.
2nd Ezra 8:50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride."
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination.
Yep. To pour out abomination.
Start pouring out abominations,
Yep.
man.
Because that begins why you compromise righteousness, man.
Yep.
Because of that pride. Like, hey, sometimes you just gotta lose, man. Sometimes it's your turn to lose. But when you got that great pride, feeling like you can't lose, hey, for you Edomites out there, y'all fucked up. Your judgment gotta come for that. You test the apple of the eye of the Most High, and he didn't want you doing that, and y'all just wicked anyway.
Jake was a crack
They
baby.
fucking the shit out of that crack baby, right?
Said the same thing, crack baby.
You know?
Crack baby.
Man, it's cold, man. But you don't get paid for that, man. For all the wickedness that you do. For all the wickedness you do. The Most High is gonna get you for that. Because of your pride. Because if you was humble, you know that let me repent, let me not do that, let me not teach others to do it. But what the devil wanna do? You wanna come up and act like it's all good. Like he ain't guilty. Motherfucker, you still guilty.
And we get this. It says, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination. You know, and you know, had devils in the past, even going back to the Greeks and the Romans. Those devils were proud as shit, man. They had hella pride over it, man. They started calling themselves after their own gods. Hell, was that Antiochus Epiphanes? He started calling himself after a god. I forget what.
Jupiter?
I think he called himself Jupiter, and he wanted our people to worship him, man, on the altar. You know, that's hella pride, man. That's no different than today. He called himself. He painted the image of himself being the Lord. He thinks he's the Most High and the Son of the Most High.
Hey, and that's how
That's
you know,
great pride right there.
That's how you know, because everybody white, those people in that white mentality always come up and say, why does it matter?
But it never mattered all these previous years
When it was
and nobody
wrong.
said nothing about it. You know, when it was just perpetuating, everybody had that in their mind. They thought this was the truth. It didn't matter then, but now that the truth is out and we're shooting it down as a lie, now all of a sudden, why does it matter?
Let me say, it matters because you still think it don't matter.
Yeah.
Because now that it matters, you don't want it to matter.
Right.
It mattered enough to do it, but not enough to correct it.
Yep.
Now it don't matter. That was the power in it. To where when we showed you that is not the truth, well, first off, you grew up believing it, but when we showed you what is the truth, now it don't matter. That's why it was done. That's why the power in that. Instead of saying, okay, well, I've been tripping, this is the truth. Like every other natural, common sense thinking person would think.
Let me finish that. It says, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Strange calamities, man. Somebody look up the word calamity. Somebody look that up, man.
Google, right?
Yeah.
I got it.
Google calamity. The Lord brought upon them strange calamities. And the Lord's gonna bring strange calamities on you people, man.
That's right.
All right? He's gonna bring a great misery on you because you walked in your pride, man.
Calamity. An event causing great and often sudden damage or distress, a disaster.
A disaster, man. Something that's totally distressful to you, man. Something that causes anguish of your spirit, man. It makes you grieve, man. You're afraid, you know.
Let me read some sentiments.
Huh.
Disaster, catastrophe, tragedy,
Strange catastrophes, man.
catastrophe.
And one of the strange calamities that the Lord brought in the ancient times was when the Lord opened up a sinkhole and swallowed up some men that was coming against Moses. That was a strange calamity. All right? The Lord said, I will create a new thing and I will swallow up. I will swallow up, man. Basically through the earth. Okay? And that's exactly what he did. All right? Now we're going to get some more of those.
Cataclysm. Cataclysm.
That means great judgment.
Tribulation.
Wait, click on cataclysm right there. Make sure.
A large-scale and violent event in the natural world.
The second death.
A sudden violent upheaval, especially in a political.
But read the first one.
A large-scale and violent event in the natural world.
That was the first death with Noah, and that's the second death when the Lord comes back with the missiles and everything. That's the second cataclysm, the second death. You go back to the
Adversity, tribulation, affliction, misfortune, misadventure.
Hey, strange calamities, man. We can't forget about the apparitions of spirits. The Lord can torment your ass, man. Hey, fear not him who can kill the body, but him that can destroy both body and soul in hell, man.
Right.
He will bring strange calamities on you as long as you in your pride, man.
Yep.
That's one of the biggest demons of this society is great pride, man. There's no humility in this country, man.
Right. And if I may say, bro, even the men of the Lord get hit with an apparition. And then if you don't get right, objection, oh shit, let me get back to it. Let me pray, let me fast. My bad, I was tripping.
Yeah.
I almost got weak for my woman. Oh, my bad, I almost, whatever we, ways we go. But the difference is, we correct it. We don't keep letting that build up with great pride till it There's an avalanche of wickedness all over us.
Yeah, man. Hey, and I'll say this: like, you see a lot of people out there that's plagued with spirits. You know, a lot of them they have hallucinations, and a lot of them on antidepressants. You know, a lot of them end up in a what they call them
Psych ward.
a psych ward, where they end up in a straitjacket. Hey, that's a strange calamity, man. That's a plague of the heart. The Lord can give that to you, man. The Lord is no joke, man. He's to be feared, man. All you people want to walk in your pride, especially this damn devil, man.
Right.
Fuck your CGI. The Lord gonna show it to you 3D.
You're gonna be in the movie, starring.
There's something called 9 like virtual reality.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
out right now.
Yeah.
I seen that in the mall the other day. They have the little chair. Yeah, they have the little VR glasses, and you're sitting in a chair that moves around according to what's going on in there.
Hey,
you all off.
those people that suffer from those spirits, you know, from those hallucinations, you know, a lot of them got schizophrenia and stuff like that. So they gotta take Zoloft and Abilify and, you know, all them antidepressants. All that is basically demons fucking with their brain. That's judgment. That's the Lord basically, like, if it happens to a relative, you kind of feel for them, but because they family members, but at the same time, you in the truth, you know, like, oh, you did something, man. The Lord is getting your ass, man.
Better humble down to it, repent, or
You and your great pride, you sitting on that high horse, but the Lord can take away that pride within a second, man. You know? Antiochus Epiphanes, while he had everybody calling him Jupiter, the Lord plagued his ass with a disease
Ate him up.
where it ate him from the outside,
Inside out.
Salakia, inside out, Salakia.
Yeah.
It ate his ass inside out, man. And it had a very horrible, detestable aroma that was arising out of his flesh.
he was rotten on the inside.
He was rotten, man. That's what the Lord will do to you in your pride, man. Okay? Pride comes before a fall. Yeah, get your pre.
This is Sirach 27 and 28. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because we get that all day.
Okay.
Especially these Edomites that come up here. The ones that came up here today, they was in that same spirit.
Okay.
They come up mocking, thinking, oh, we just some bums, some niggas out here on the street corner. You know, we don't know what we talking about.
Like we the performers out here, they can
Yeah,
say
like we
and do whatever they want to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Let
And
me
they don't
take a
realize, hey, judgment is gonna mock their ass, man. You know? The Lord said he's gonna mock when your fear comes.
Right.
You know? Is that it?
That's good.
Yeah, man. Now go back to that in the vengeance these spirits created for vengeance.
I gotta.
Because those are different strange calamities that the Lord will bring through the form of, you know, those different spirits. You
I
know?
got another quick brief.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 13 and 11. And I'll punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I'll cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease,
Man,
and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
hey, the Lord gonna take down the pride of you American people, man. All right? Our people, man, you so-called Negro, Hispanics, and Natives here in Babylon and the land of your captivity, you really ain't got shit to be proud about, because you still on the bottom. You gotta sell out. You gotta sell your soul to get to the top amongst your people. You ain't gonna get above Esau and the other nations. But you're proud. Our women, they're proud. They look down upon their own men because of this liberty and power, this fake power that they got. The Lord's gonna bring all that to a stop, man. When this white man go down, y'all gonna go down with it. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
This Proverbs 16 and 4. The Most High hath made all things for himself.
Salak.
I'm going to 5.
Oh, yeah. Salak, go ahead.
The Most High hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Go ahead.
Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh Shem
The
Yahushai.
Lord said everybody that's proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. The Lord hates pride, man. more than likely, whatever you got your pride in, it's in wickedness.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because if you're humble, you wouldn't have pride on you.
Yeah.
If you have fear of the Heavenly Father, you wouldn't have pride.
Yeah. I mean, what's the pride of life here in Babylon? Being the biggest faggot? You know?
Money?
Having the most money?
Having the most money in a collapsing economy.
Yeah.
Sleeping with the most men and getting the most
women.
money off of it.
Yeah.
Having the most women and all of them boxes used up and filthy.
Kind.
Yeah.
What pride is to having that? The women you with and been with 100 other niggas.
Kind.
Yeah. Your biggest accomplishment is getting a PhD in fucking psychology.
Sociology.
When you, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you got psychological problems. You know?
Let's gonna talk about that. I gotta put Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things do the Lord Yahweh hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look.
A proud look.
That's at the top of the list.
Yeah.
So I hate that.
Yep.
You guys,
Proud.
God does not see a color.
Shut
I
it.
am not believing God. Y'all
That's
think you have
okay.
other speech. It's not okay. Because you're saying
lady.
we're black.
Lady.
We're victims.
We never
You
said
people.
that, lady.
That's what they
We never
said.
said that.
I yelled at you
Oh,
already.
that's
Y'all
too
never
bad.
said it.
Okay. Oh, man.
Why? Because
Go back inside
See
the
how she talking about
TV.
look how the Lord made her.
Yeah,
That's
Look
why
at
she
it.
mad.
Go back, go find a poltergeist.
He sees everything. He sees
The
everything.
Lord was an asshole when he created you to be a little dwarf.
Go find a poltergeist.
Every day, huh?
Yep. It's all right. We like it. Anyway, it says,
Anna Lynn. What's her name?
Carol Ann.
Carol Ann.
That's exactly what I thought
I
of.
just said, man. I should have, Carol Ann.
I knew it was one of them names.
I just
I didn't even
Proverbs,
put a little ass on the cap. I should
Proverbs 6 and 16. Now, she played the part on that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
These 6 things do the Lord Yahweh hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood,
Yep.
and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. Because if you didn't have pride on you, if you had humility on you, you wouldn't do none of these things that he hates. If you had fear for the Most High, you wouldn't do none of these things. It says, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. He hates those things.
what the Lord hates,
Top of
man.
the list was that proud look.
Yep.
Because he gave it to you, and he can take it away. He made you alive, he can kill you. He gave you riches, he can take it away and make you poor. All things the Lord do. He created light and darkness, on and on and on. But what are you to glory in pride? When your life is yet but a vapor that gets whisked away with the wind.
we brought up Antiochus Epiphanes' wicked ass
Yep.
and how the Lord made him rot from the inside out. What did he do to Nebuchadnezzar?
Yep.
Turned his ass into a matter of fact, somebody could
chicken?
get that.
Go to wings,
Daniel-
go to feathers.
He made his ass grow feathers and get on his knees and start eating grass, man.
Like a chicken.
You know?
I just seen this on the internet. People putting it in their hand
Yep.
so they can get in the stores and stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
It's the mark of the
Buy
beast.
snacks at their company. Here and
Snacks
there.
on snacks on snacks.
Yep.
Yeah, give me, what's that? Daniel? It might be
It's like
the 6th chapter. Was it the 4th chapter?
I did the 4th chapter.
Because you saw the pride of Pharaoh and what the Lord did to Egypt. Then you see the pride of Nebuchadnezzar, all right, and you saw what the Lord did to his ass.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel 4 and 33. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, and he did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till the hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like birds' claws.
Yeah.
He was out there plucking.
That's why it matters.
Right.
That's why that image matters.
He's just an asshole.
Right. Because
He
he
don't
didn't
know
see
shit.
that. He wants to say some assholes, but that's why it matters.
Yeah, I mean, the scriptures tell you there's going to be scoffers walking, after their own lust, man.
In great pride.
And great pride.
And that was one of them.
Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty look
He
before
said that out of pride.
kind.
Yeah. A lot of people, they say stupid shit out of pride,
Yeah. I was just want to say that I was teaching my kids, hey, I don't mind you guys talking shit, but talk it the right way. Don't always talk in negativity, because that's what, in pride, that's what these people do. You could have said, hey, good job, guys. There's a difference somebody saying, good job, guys, versus saying, or that ain't true, versus saying some asshole ass shit like that. That the most I saw that for the pride it was, he gonna destroy that. That dude might not make it home tonight. He might not have a home to go back to by the end of the night.
All the one about to die.
You know? That's because he didn't have the fear that the Heavenly Father's around. That we're in his stead right now, speaking for him through his word.
Or what the scriptures say, what's that? Yahweh Shai said it, man. For if they will not listen to my words, they will not be convinced. Though he cometh roughly parallel, I'm not looking for it, man.
It's a different one than the one I'm looking for.
It might be John 7.
7,
It might be.
I was 15. Yeah.
It might be John. Let's see.
Well,
Hey, you really watched out.
he didn't sit me,
Basically, they will not be persuaded, though one raise it from the dead. Yeah, Yahweh Shai said it.
I'm looking at the red letters.
Yeah, it's all good. But the scriptures say if they will not hear me, they will not hear you,
No, that's a 15. 16.
Oh, yeah, Luke 16 and 31.
You want the one
Luke 16 and 31.
Luke.
This is talking about our own people, by the way.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
alone the damn devil. This is talking about our people, man.
Luke chapter 16, verse 31.
But you could tie Esau in that too.
Right.
You could tie Esau in this,
It
'Cause,
says,
hey, he picks up this Bible like it's his.
Yep.
He calls himself a Christian. He takes the covenant of the Lord in his mouth.
Though he had no place for
He
repentance.
tried to use it against us.
Yeah, so hey, let's apply that to his ass. Go ahead.
It says, Luke 16:31. Excuse me. It says, and he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead.
Yeah, so if they will not hear the scriptures, the truth from the prophets of old, then they won't be persuaded, though one raised from the dead.
Even though he was raised from the dead and got the victory over death, they still don't want to hear him.
Yep.
They gonna go and call him, oh, he was white, oh, color don't matter, it's not true. And that whole color don't matter is taken away from, and just like the virgin birth we were talking about, takes away from the majesty of the Lord. From him, from the reality of the Lord. Him being a man, born of a man and a woman, walking upon the earth.
They did not approve.
And what the Lord just said, He hates a lying tongue. So if we supposed to say that the image of the Lord doesn't matter, and you can continue to perpetuate the lie of His image,
Yeah.
that's a lying tongue right there.
And the things he hates.
That's what the Lord hates. That the Lord wants you to get it right. He wants you to get it straight, man.
Right. Hey, because the truth is the truth is the truth.
Yeah, you
We
can't
don't believe on
can't
the
serve Him. And the Lord said,
Believe
no
on the
lies
record.
of the truth.
Believe on the record.
Okay?
They don't believe on the record.
No lies of the
believe it
truth.
on
That's
me,
our
as the
1 John. You know?
Dick. I just
We got right to it.
went right to it. That.
There it is. There it is. That's one of them.
Yeah, you know, you
Right to it.
That's one of them.
Got three?
No, come on. Yeah, with,
Let them know you got it.
1 John.
You got one
You
there?
said,
Look like you a Peter.
which one did you want, bro? I got a 738.
Yeah, you can get that.
Con, this John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Yep. You got to believe on the Lord as the scripture has said.
That's right.
The scriptures
Clearly,
depicts his image. All right, how he came in. Hey, the scriptures tell you if you don't confess that he is come in the flesh, you have the spirit of the anti-Messiah.
Yeah.
He came in the flesh, so
Right.
knowing that he came in the flesh, what did he, you know, what nationality was he? What did he look like?
Right.
You got to believe on what the record gives of him.
right.
If you saying that don't matter, then you saying it's all right to basically live a lie.
Con, you saying the truth don't matter.
You saying the truth doesn't really matter.
They just say the truth ain't the truth.
Con.
If they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them. You speaking from a darkened point of view.
Con.
And you are right with being ignorant, man. That's really, people come from that position is because of their ignorance. They coming from a position of ignorance or wanting to remain ignorant. That's why they say, why does the color matter?
Why?
You know?
Because the devil has done a great job by putting that confusing ass image out there. They know it ain't true, but they still so confused. They're just like, I give up. They're just like, it don't matter. No, it does matter. Because you know that the old image ain't right, but you don't want to choose another one. We ain't just saying it because it's the opposite of the white one they put up. We saying it because it's the truth.
Is it 5?
If it said it was green, we would say it was
First
green.
John?
1 John 2 and 20.
21.
Start at 20.
Okay, come. 1 John chapter 2 verse 20 says, but ye have an unction from the Holy One.
The
and-
unction meaning a divine calling. Go ahead.
Yep, an anointing it says here.
Yeah, it's anointing.
The
man.
same thing.
Huh.
It says from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
And
even
you
his color.
know all things through what? Through this word.
Even his color.
And the scriptures tell you not to be ignorant in any small thing, nor in any great matter.
In a great matter or in a small.
Yeah. You know all
John
things,
5.
man. Everything is in here. So there's no reason to be ignorant. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 21 it says, I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lie is of the truth.
Hey, no lie is of the truth, man.
Con.
All right? No lie is of the truth. You can't mix lies with a truth, man. It doesn't mix. There's only one truth.
Con. Everybody can do
We
that.
can't live with. We can accept that he was
First
white
John
and he
5
was
and
black.
10.
No, man.
Hey, it's
So-
just, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But Salaki, bro. I was just gonna say about it's the same thing you so-called white people were scared of when Obama got in office. That's why you don't want Yahweh Shai to be, or who you call Jesus, to be black, because you know at some point there's gonna be a black man that rises up that's gonna get payback on you.
Can I ask y'all a question?
You got a question? Bro?